بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
إنك لا تنادي فهبوا يا بني قومي أسودا أعيدوا للدنا أمجاد عصر وفلوا بالحديد لنا القيودا.
Hello everyone, this is Colin once again. Making this video because I watched Ahmed's Quran 3's newest video, which is his part B, and I actually gave it the wrong title in my response from yesterday. It's actually called Abu Bakr the False Witness, not Abu Bakr the Truthful. So that's what the name Siddiq means in Arabic, but yeah, gave the wrong title for his video. So my apologies to Ahmed's Quran 3. Didn't mean to misquote anything. He starts off this part B with a quotation, or he mentions from Sahih Muslim, Hadith number 328, and he says that he kind of pokes fun at the Prophet, and he's done this before, where he has made fun of the fact that when Muhammad comes back from the night journey, the pagans ask him, essentially to describe Jerusalem, and he forgets many of the details of Jerusalem itself. And so God makes Jerusalem appear to him, and he's able to describe it, and then the rest of the narration continues. Ahmed's Quran 3 makes fun of the Prophet by saying, how could such a supreme person, how could the greatest prophet forget some of these details when it only occurred about an hour ago, or something to that effect. The thing is that Muhammad experienced one of the most incredible spiritual experiences of his life, of his prophethood, no doubt. First of all, traveling so quickly to Jerusalem, and quickly praying with the other prophets, and then ascending to heaven to speak with God. I would venture that if any one of us experienced that, would we remember every single detail, like every single gateway that led to the Temple Mount and things like this? I mean, to me, this is such an unfair and unrealistic criticism that it just for me really is almost nigh stupidity. He then quotes Ibn Ishaq, page 184, and says that Muhammad, a verse was revealed that basically condemned the people that mocked the Prophet and belittled him, and things like this. Now, I want to pause for a second, because one of my subscribers made a great point in the comment section of my first video on this topic, which I'll have in the description section of this video, where he said that why would the Prophet Muhammad make a story which he knew, or he assumed, based on the warnings of Hani and other people, that the majority of the people would not believe him? Why would he create such a story willingly, with the end result being some Muslims apostating from Islam? And I thought that was a great point, because it begs the question, why would he ever do that? And I think that this, again, is a test, as the Quran says, for people who are the true believers and the ones that left. And so this really makes more sense from the Islamic perspective than for people who criticize it. He then mentions the idea, he mentions Sahih Bukhari 5.227, and he mentions that when Gabriel comes to wake Muhammad up, to bring him on the night journey, that cuts open his stomach, takes out his heart, and washes it with belief. And Ahmed's Quran 3 makes a couple points here. Point one is, why did Muhammad need a second operation to wash away more sin? And the thing is, this is once again Ahmed's Quran 3 adding his own emphasis, adding his own wording, adding his own thought process into a hadith or a Quranic verse where it doesn't belong. Here he is assuming that this was washing away sin. Yet, if you look at the traditions that in the seerahs that talk about Muhammad when he was a child and his heart was taken out, it is very explicit when it says the sin was washed away. Okay? However, when you look at this hadith in Sahih Bukhari, there is no explicit mentioning of sin being washed away. It says that they washed his heart with iman, with faith, with belief. And in Islam, we all believe in increasing our iman. So this was not washing away the sins of the Prophet, but it was washing his with and increasing his iman, his belief. The prelude to him going on this very, very faithful, and no doubt, and definitely increasing in faith journey that he was about to take part in. So again, this is Ahmad's Quran 3 just adding his own little concepts to a hadith where it doesn't even mention sin being washed away or anything. His point 2 is that it's an altered version, that Barak took the Prophet to the first heaven and not to Jerusalem. Okay, so the hadith does not mention the entire night journey story. So what? There are plenty of other hadiths in Sahih Bukhari that are recorded by Imam Bukhari that mention the night journey in explicit detail. So here we have Ahmad's Quran 3 cherry picking which sources he wants to critique and which ones he doesn't want to critique. He says that Imam Bukhari and Muslim did not quote Ibn Ishaq, but they altered his story. Okay, Ahmad's Quran 3, in my opinion, has a really twisted view of what I say is copyright. Ibn Ishaq did not claim that those traditions were his own. Okay, if Ahmad's Quran 3 knows anything about the science of hadith or the history of hadith, he would know that these traditions were floating around right after the death of the Prophet, even during his time, and I will post links in the description section that talk about the history of the collection of hadiths. Ibn Ishaq was not the first biographer. He was definitely not the first person to gather traditions. So for Ahmad's Quran 3 to assert that Imam Bukhari Muslim did not quote Ibn Ishaq but altered his story is his own opinion, and he has no basis for it whatsoever. His fourth point is not a single miracle by Muhammad is substantiated historically or in reality. I call you hypocrite now, Ahmad's Quran 3. Your own crony on your comment section says that you're a Christian. So you're telling me that do you dare to use the point, which, no offense to the atheist, is an atheist point, that the miracles of Muhammad are not substantiated historically or in reality? Are you on crack? You're a Christian. You believe in Jesus Christ, who did miracles which most atheists would say are ridiculous, and most people in the scientific community would say could never happen. You're a hypocrite, sir, and I hope you realize that. You then say that Abu Bakr became a liar and accomplice, according to Ibn Ishaq, page 184. However, I want to say something here. You apparently think this is some sort of conspiracy. So I'm going to help you out with your conspiracy and then refute you on it. You say that Abu Bakr basically joined Muhammad in this task to basically totally lie to the people of Mecca about the story of the night journey. Well, why is it, Ahmad's Quran 3, you do not mention the rest of page 184 of Ibn Ishaq, where they asked the Prophet Muhammad for physical proof. The pagans asked him for physical proof, and he says that he came upon a caravan, and that he specifically took water to drink from a certain water skin. A particular water skin from this caravan that was coming to Mecca. And they didn't believe him, and if you read page 184 of Ibn Ishaq, they actually corroborate the Prophet's story. They say, actually, yeah, we thought we heard the voice of a man, but we didn't see him, and we did find missing water from our water skin. So yes, this actually does corroborate the story. Furthermore, I'm going to put in the description section another story corroborated that's found in the Tafsir Ibn Kathir. It is considered authentic by many of the companions of the Prophet, where some of the companions of Muhammad come to Jerusalem and are telling the Patriarch of Jerusalem the story of the night journey. The Patriarch of Jerusalem asks some of his companions, and they say, actually, you're right. We did go that very night to the Temple Mount and found that we couldn't actually open or close the door, and we had the feeling that there had been a prophet there. So you have now other people that corroborate the story even further. So I want to know why Ahmad's Quran 3 didn't mention those stories. Must have slipped his mind. Then you say that the Muslim exegetes say it's a physical building. I'm going to once again link people to the articles by IslamicAwareness.org that explain this in full detail. They explain the temple is not necessarily meant to be a building. When referencing a mosque, it does not always mean a physical building, according to IslamicAwareness.org. So therefore, it's not a historical error to say that the Prophet went to the Temple Mount. He prayed in the area that was the Temple Mount. And again, the articles that I'll post in the description section explain this in more detail. So then he says that apparently these must be added stories then. Again, please see these articles that refute Ahmad's Quran 3 on these allegations. The thing is that apparently Ahmad's Quran 3, it's crystal clear you do not understand the full understanding of what's going on here. you say that that we will deny Ibn Ishaq because he's the first to mention the satanic verses. You're wrong. If anyone's been paying attention to my videos about the satanic verses, it was Al-Waqidi that came up with the story, not Ibn Ishaq. And then you say if Ibn Ishaq was wrong about the satanic verses, he must have been wrong about the night journey. No, that's just convenient for you to say that. You have no proof for that at all whatsoever, because we know the night journey hadiths are authentic, but the satanic verse stories are not authentic according to the science of hadith. So apparently, your conclusion is ridiculous based on that. These are just your own conjectures. You have no proof for any of that. So I'll post all the relative links in the description section. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace be with you all.